How's it going, everyone? How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Pangeekery podcast, a weekly live video podcast. Celebrate. God, I can't even fucking talk right now. I'm gonna wake up like in 5 minutes. I swear to God. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Pangeekery podcast, a weekly live video podcast celebrating all things geek from an all diverse perspective. And we are going to talk about video games. What are those called? Video games, film, TV, movies, all those good things, covering all the nooks and crannies of fandom. My name is Earl Balon. I am an actor, improviser, and I had Popeyes for dinner today.
Guess what? Hi.
Hey,
my name is
up,
Jennifer
Jen?
Zhang. I'm an actor, writer, gamer, model, artist, and I also had Popeyes for dinner today. That's so strange.
What?
Yeah.
It's not like you're sponsored or anything.
Hey guys, my name is Kaitlyn Faye. I'm an actor, singer, director, and a writer, and I too had popped my eyes today.
You popped your eyes today?
Yes. But they're doing okay now.
Are they okay?
Yeah,
Good.
they're
I was
doing
about to
okay
ask.
now.
Gangsta.
Yes.
Oh, hey guys, I'm Walter. I am an adventurer model. And not really.
Don't read your dating
Please,
profile, Walter.
please.
I'm just trying to copy
Fish.
Jen's profile, but I'm just fed up. Yeah. And I had ginger ale today.
Such a rebel.
I know.
Awesome. Thank you. Shout out to the what is even happening right now? All right.
Are
Okay.
you okay, Walter?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
It's like awesome.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to everybody in the chat. Thank you to Square 1986 for the bits. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Woo.
We love you too.
You're awesome. So I just want to say hello to everybody in chat. Be sure to ask questions because we will be getting to you at some point during the discussion. We've got a lot of things to do today. First and foremost, we are going to give a shout out to our sponsor, PWC, Filipino Worker Center, for providing this awesome location for us. Next, what's up, Twitch chat? So we're going to be talking about Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, which is on Netflix. If you haven't been watching, we're going to talk about episodes 2 and 3. Then we are going to have a special guest, Mr. Jonathan Wandag. Woo! We're going to talk a little bit about what he does. He's going to be sitting in the seat right next to me here. It's a little empty right now, but he's going to be there in a little bit.
Fill it up.
And we're going to talk about TV, film, and like his game music, all that stuff, and a little bit about World of Warcraft, which we all kind of play. And we're going to talk about 15 years in Warcraft and Warcraft Classic, WoW Classic, all that good stuff. Cool. So how's everybody been doing this past couple weeks? Or past week?
You
Everybody
notice
looks
nobody answered you immediately.
I know.
That means we're all miserable.
Yeah, we're all very,
Life sucks. Nothing new there.
right.
JK.
No, actually, life is pretty great. So So it turns out I didn't make it into the show that I got called back for, but at least I got in front of BD Wong, and he said I was great. So
Yeah.
That's
that's
cool.
Good job.
I went to my high school reunion.
Wow.
Reunion.
You're old enough to.
And it was kind of crazy because all the popular kids that never hung out with me suddenly were my friends for one night. And that was crazy.
I want to
And-
hear more about this.
Yes. So who went through puberty and who owns a yacht and has 5 kids?
Oh, they own insurance companies, and some of them.
Who still looks good?
Not you, Walter. Not you.
That's
I
a
don't
fact.
know. Anyway,
Oh,
so
you don't want to say it? Like
no,
for
I mean, why?
from your high school?
Not
who's
everybody
changed
showed
for the
up.
best? Oh.
Yeah. There's like 30 kids, right?
Yeah,
how-
it was only 30.
Did you go to a big high school or?
Oh, huge! The graduating class was like 1,000 something.
And only
1,000?
like 30 of you showed up?
Only 30 showed
Wow.
up.
Damn.
But including
Not
all of
much
like
love.
basically
Right.
ASB.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Oh.
None of my exes showed up.
Thank Jesus.
None of my ex-best friends showed up. I got all purdy, but
Just
it's
to
okay.
show them up.
To show them up, exactly. I was a mess in high school, so I had something to overcompensate for. But it turned out to be a really, really refreshing experience. Everybody was super encouraging. Not in the least like any high school reunion you would typically expect. So I'm grateful for that. Also, me and Kaitlyn are writing something
We certainly are.
What?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, are we allowed to talk about it?
We can talk about it. Not
So maybe some of you know this, maybe some of you don't, but for like the past year or so, for me, the past 2.5 years, it's been a long time, we have been developing a comic book series, particularly
Nice.
a graphic novel series that is based off of Filipino mythology, and it's an urban fantasy, and it stars a Filipina teenage heroine. And we recently signed on our artist, who happens to be a DC and Marvel colorist, named Catherine Leno, who lives in Cebu in the Philippines.
Lano, Laino.
Layno. Yes, and we have a letterer too, and
Yes.
we're kind of putting together. It's called Cuento Comics. That's the comic book division that we're working under. And
Cuento means story,
story
in
in
Tagalog.
Tagalog, yes.
Cuento.
And we have got a pitch deck. You know, we're already putting together the panels, and
Yep.
our first issue is, I would say, it's coming along. So
It is coming along.
hopefully, maybe in time for Filipino Heritage Month next month, we'll start
Ooh.
putting things out on our socials, and you'll
Yeah.
start to see character sketches
Ooh, awesome.
of the story. Yeah, so
Nice,
so
nice,
there's
nice.
that. Yeah.
So there's that.
Cool. Well, I just want to take a moment to say welcome back to Walter. Yeah, he's back at the table. You've been
Yeah.
gone for a while.
Yeah, just been traveling for work and just been out of town. So I missed you guys, all of you.
Aw.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
You missed annoying us.
I mean, that too. And I mean, just you, Caitlin.
Oh, okay.
I miss
So that's where
annoying
that
you.
Let's go,
anger came
Earl.
from.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
I mean,
I mean,
moving on.
if anyone saw that limited edition post that just we put out 10 minutes
There is
before
no
the
post.
show.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Earl, what went on with you this week?
Well, this week
Mr.
has been
Balon?
super busy. Most of it. Jeez.
fuck.
So I mean, this past. Yeah, dude, I'm hella tired. Like I have. Room to improv started back up, so we're doing that, which is my improv troupe. The artistic,
Fantastic.
I still
the
gotta
artistic
see you
director.
guys.
Really?
Can I
yeah,
can I get a ticket
thanks.
for free
Oh, jeez.
for good old pal?
You're gonna have to talk to the artistic director.
I thought we were.
Snap.
That's
I thought
me.
we was.
But
all right, Billy Bob.
yeah,
see
just
how
let me
it
know.
rolls.
But yeah, we had our first show. Was it a week ago? But we had that, and at the same time, it was the last preview of Supportive White Parents, the hour-long musical that I'm in and Kaitlyn is an understudy for. We are opening this Friday, so we have 30 minutes of new material, which we've been kind of like crunching down over the last 3 weeks. So a lot of work, but I think
I like how Caitlin was like, "Oh,
As if
nice."
I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, I just realized
Yeah.
what I said, and I was
Right.
like, I hope nobody
nice.
comments on that. As
I'm
if I
here
wasn't
now.
there.
I'm
We're
here.
all rehearsed.
Caitlin.
but
She
That's
she
been
essentially
happening.
learned an hour-long show
She did.
in like less than 2 weeks.
yeah. It was
yeah.
she did great. It was
Amazing.
great. It was
It
amazing.
looked
Guys.
completely
So-
rehearsed.
Some of them were
It
here
looked
to
completely
support.
rehearsed.
Right.
I say that with a
Yeah.
little dagger in my left hand.
know.
It was fun.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
happening. So Earl is short on sleep, but we are. It's going to be awesome this Friday. So whoever is available in the LA
sold
area,
out
you should come
already?
out. I don't know. I know we went on sale like a couple of weeks ago, and people were buying tickets already then. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it would be a
try
good
to
thing
get
to
tickets.
check. I mean, if not, we are running every Friday until December.
No, I'm only
So,
gonna watch it this Friday after that.
Only
too
this,
many
just
Fridays.
only opening. It is the. We are going to have a party
Like comic
I'm
books,
gonna
I
get
just
ready.
want the first issue.
When's the party?
Just kidding.
on Friday.
Oh, this Friday?
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yes.
Sorry, no
Opening night.
understudies.
You know, you're
the
supposed. You should be
understudies
there.
not
Of course, you're
invited?
supposed to be there.
Wait, where's the party gonna
I
be?
don't know yet, but we're gonna find out. I'm sure.
Are we invited?
I'm sure. I think if you buy a ticket to the opening night, then you're invited to the whatever party is.
Oh,
So you're
come
not invited.
on.
Yeah, I'm not 100%
With the
sure.
Pangeekery
So,
crew.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
look
what
it
you
up for
meant. I don't
Pangeekery.
know. Yeah, just show up. From the chat, Earl Katana says, "I hear the best kept secret in Hollywood is going to be there. Is that true?" I think so. We're
What
gonna.
does that mean?
The best
If we're talking about composers, yes,
Oh.
we're gonna have one here.
Oh, interesting.
Kaitria, hi, hey guys, what's up? Hey Kaitria,
Hi.
cool. So, yes, what's up,
Also,
Jen?
I just started Mass Effect Andromeda.
No
I
way.
bought- yeah, I bought like 2 other games. I haven't finished them yet, but I just bought Andromeda, and I made my avatar look like this kawaii Japanese school
Spent like
girl.
3 hours on it last night.
Nice.
It's like the
Continues to
link.
And she was like, I have to make her pretty.
Yeah, I
She
spend a
must
lot
be
of
pretty. I
time
was like,
in
why does she
character
need to be
gen
pretty?
all the time. So, like a lot of is it as buggy as everybody says, or have they
Well,
patched it?
I haven't even started yet because
She
it was
just
way
made her
too
character.
late.
Oh, got it, got
But
it.
I started the
For
like
front.
3 hours.
Making the
Yeah, she was
character.
making this like Chinese looking girl.
Yeah.
With,
Anyway,
with pink hair.
just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Woo, Mass Effect Andromeda. Anyway, like we said in previous weeks, we are officially Twitch affiliates now. So, and it is September, so please do remember to hit up those subs if
Be our
the
sub.
spirit so
our sub.
moves you, help support us, help this podcast keep on going.
Yes,
that would be
please.
awesome. Without further ado, let's go into our geek news and trailers. Awesome. So, first of all, the new Watchmen trailer has dropped. Lots more Regina King. According to the new Watchmen trailer, Regina King appears to play a new law enforcement official, while Rorschach, the mask-wearing militia, and his mask-wearing, well, not Rorschach himself. He's
His militia.
Rorschach's.
I was like, what's a war shack?
Rorschach's
Rorschach
militia. Appears to be inciting a war. Jeremy Irons is playing an older Ozymandias.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that should be cool. Popcorn, and it debuts
It debuts.
debuts October 20th, which is this Friday. If you don't have
my
HBO Go or HBO, get on it if you want to watch
Oh my God.
I'm watching it.
I'm so
War
excited.
Trek. Yes. If you want to check, if you want to get on that Watchmen tip really quick.
If I want to get on that tip.
Yeah, no, Watchmen
Gotcha.
tip.
Get on that tip, man.
Hey,
We'll get on the
Kaitlyn, thank you for the subscription. Yay! Awesome. Awesome. You are so
you.
awesome. Thank you so much for that. You are single-handedly helping this podcast grow
Yay.
With one hand.
Awesome.
with one hand.
One single
One
hand.
Thanks for being our
Um,
sub.
Yes.
We make good doms.
So,
Yes, we do.
popcorn, Jen,
Hi.
his Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials is gonna materials debuts in
Materials
the
sounds
US
delicious.
His Dark Materials is the cereal used to accompany. Anyway, comes out November 4th. So it has been announced that the U.S. release date for the TV adaptation of Sir Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials will be on November 4th on HBO. So it's going to star Daphne Keane as.
Oh, she was
Lyra
X-23 in Logan. Yeah,
Again, yeah.
She's from Logan.
she's
yeah.
great.
And Ruth Wilson has been cast as Marissa Coulter.
Mm.
And James McAvoy, which we have seen in all... McAvoy?
Did you
Which
say
we have-
McAvoy?
I always gotta say McAvoy.
It's McAvoy.
It's McAvoy.
I mean, like, there's missing a vowel. You can literally supplant it with
If anything, then
anything.
it should
Sorry,
be McAvoy.
Anyway,
I've
McAvoy
I've done the same problem.
will appear as Lord Asriel and Lin-Manuel Miranda as Lee Scoresby. La la la.
As Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander.
Yes, yes, Earl Katanes. Honey Nut materials are like Honey Nut Cheerios, except darker
Except darker.
and chocolatier.
Cheerios.
And they're
Yeah.
from him, so
Yeah.
you can expect
His
about
dark
the same.
materials. If they don't,
Wait,
if they
who's
don't,
Dark Materials?
his.
Whose are his? His.
If they don't make these, if they drop the ball on making this a cereal, I don't know.
Looking
They need
Dark
to have like a
Materials.
little prize
I know.
inside the cereal
Will
box.
Oh
the
my
spin-off or the
God.
sequel be her?
Her materials.
Her materials.
Her
dark-
dark
her light
materials.
materials.
Material.
All right, Jen, who are you popcorning? Popcorning.
Kaitlyn.
Okay, guys. This morning saw the reveal of NBC's long-awaited standalone streaming service, now officially called Peacock.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't come up with that. Included in the many shows announced to soon be playing on that platform, a Battlestar Galactica reboot happens to be one of them.
Wow.
And it's going to be courtesy of the Mr. Robot creator and Homecoming executive producer Sam Esmail. How do you guys feel about that?
Sounds
Yeah,
pretty
feel about
cool.
I'm excited, actually.
I'm gonna hold judgment because
Really?
it's like it's on. Well, I mean, I guess it's streaming, but still, like it's not that long ago that we had Battlestar
BSG.
Galactica.
I know.
when
I feel
did
like
that
it was
end?
just,
Like
not that long ago.
5-10 years ago, maybe.
Can't have
think
been
like
that
maybe
long ago.
10.
Yeah.
Maybe
10
10.
is long enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
when
when you're as old as Walter, 10 years is
nothing.
a blink of the eye.
But look, Harry Potter didn't even sleep on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
They
like,
went right into
But I
the
mean,
next
like
thing. Yeah.
the adult. I don't know. I just wonder if it's like because it's a network show, if it's gonna lose some of like the raunchiness or
grittiness,
the
right.
grittiness of
but
the
it's
cable
by
show.
Mr. Robot creator though.
Sam Esmail. 10 years ago. Okay.
It's like
Oh, January 10, 2000. I can't believe that's been that,
That was
long.
gonna be
That
a
was-
That's
suspense.
almost
that was almost 10 years ago.
2010. Wow.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I think he'll probably do a great job with the suspense and like political drama. I would say, but I'm
We'll see. I mean,
See.
like we'll see what happens. Yeah.
I'm curious about the cast though.
Popcorn Walter.
Wow, that was fast.
Uh,
All right, so Civil War.
Civil War.
HBO is coming close to giving a pilot order to the Game of Thrones prequel from an author and GOT co-executive producer George R.R. Martin and Colony co-creator exec producer Ryan Condal, which is set 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones.
300 years.
Yeah, and tracks the beginning and the end of the House Targaryen.
It's like the length of Spanish colonization in the Philippines.
Oh.
It's the arrival of the Spaniards.
The
Yeah,
arrival
yeah.
of the Targaryens. Yeah.
Exactly.
The project is based on Fire and Blood book by Martin and has been in the works at HBO since last fall. So what do you guys think about this when he hasn't finished the last book of Game of Thrones
What is there
yet?
to say? What is there
know.
to say,
I think-
Walter? What is there to say?
I feel like we spent 10 episodes talking about like
when's it gonna be, George? When's it gonna be? What was I gonna say now? How many prequels are planned now? Like 2 or 3, right? Because I know for a second it was like 4.
I think we're 5. Yeah, we were talking about
But
5.
how many are like
in the,
for sure now? Because I know they dropped at least one of them.
One is pilot ordered. That's this one we're talking about,
So that's
right?
like that's a different one.
That's the one that happens like basically around before the war.
Right.
Like
This is
1,000
the
years
long
before
night.
or something.
Yeah, and I
Right.
mean this is the with the fall of it is when the what do you call it, the grayscale started the coming
Right.
and,
The fall of Old Valyria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then that's when I'm blanking out his name, but like that's why he left Valeria and is settled into
Aegon?
Aegon Targaryen.
Aegon the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's probably going to be that kind of story and how he tamed the first man or whatever like that when he gets there. But
They probably have to decide, like, given that we have no emotional investment in past characters, which storyline are we going to care about the most if we pick
Yeah.
one?
Right. At the same time, it's always kind of showrunners like or writing teams. It's their onus to create that, even if it's cold. you
Exactly.
know?
I just don't think
So-
any of them are gonna come close to the
Right.
popularity of the original show.
Absolutely. It's going to be
Yeah.
like a DLC, but TV edition.
And to me-
don't
yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
DLC TV edition.
Sad.
I feel like that's what spin-offs are half the time.
but
They're
even
like DLC.
casting wise, I'm just like I think I mentioned to you guys in our group chat. I was like, oh great, just another whole casting of just blondes. And
You're
I was
right.
gonna say,
Oh.
Blue-eyed,
like, we
blonde
need some more
hair, like,
POC in
I
this
know.
franchise. Like,
Yeah.
Miss Sunday does not count for all the black people in the world.
I know.
Neither does Grey Worm or that Solid or Sand dude.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know.
and
We'll see what happens.
Will
You know what I'm saying?
the Dothraki be in this?
I
Be in
know.
that. What kind of role will they play?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are they going to be blood screamers, like
Yeah,
raping and pillaging
or early,
again?
Yeah, early versions of
You know.
Those savage brown people.
I know
Well,
exactly.
even in this was the slave masters of Marine and all that
Right.
stuff.
Well, some of them
so-
were. I think they tried to make some of the slaves white in order to make it look less like Daenerys is a white savior, but you know, it might be.
That image of her white
Unsuccessful.
surfing the crowd,
white,
though.
white
Misa.
surfing,
White surfing
white
the crowd.
surfing the crowd. Yeah.
Dude,
when they're
that
like
was so
Misa,
tight.
Misa. Yeah,
Yep.
It's a great image though. It's all
Shout out
good,
to
yeah.
Kaitria once again. Yeah, cool. Thank you for listening, despite being on your graveyard shift. Thank you.
Thanks.
And Earl Katanis, no Dunkin' Egg. We'll find out. So that'll be kind of
Ooh,
cool.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean there are 5 pilots being or in development. I don't know what's going to happen. So, I mean, and the Dunkin' Egg has always been talked about for a while. So,
Let's see some Yeetie, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
see some Yeetie.
the only
Some
Asian we have
Summer
seen
Isles.
on
Yeah,
the
some
show is
Summer
the
Isles.
original Child of
some
the Forest.
Southeros.
Well, not just that, but
Yeah,
even in the
Sotherios.
map of
Sotherios.
that
Sotherios.
world, there's a whole eastern side of
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Game
about.
of
Thrones area,
Essos,
like,
yeah,
past
way
the,
like
the
Karth.
desert.
E.T.
Yeah.
is there,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's supposed to.
North
I
of
would love to
Karth.
see that, like, but Mongolian style, maybe, like
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
With
that
like
kinda-
Yeah.
I mean, because like Game of Thrones is
Like
inspired
Genghis
by
Khan,
like
yeah.
Nordic style and stuff like
Yeah.
that. If that whole, the other side, the eastern side, would be like ancient China, India mix.
That'd be
Yeah, it'd be
cool.
car
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Um,
They're telling us to move on. Like,
We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see what happens. It's still pretty early on in the process, and for sure they're gonna push some stuff at us because they know what kind of cash cow Game of Thrones is. So, without further ado, we're gonna move into our main category, or our main category, like it's a game show, into our main topics. So we're gonna talk about Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance episodes 2 and 3. Jen, what you got to say about this?
Hey, well, I'm just going to quickly summarize. So, episodes 2 and 3, after the pilot episode, we have Rian cast out because he is now accused of the murder of his lover, which is very sad.
So sad.
And
Tears.
at the
It's a
start
very
of,
sad scene at the end of
really
one.
sad.
it's very sad. And you learn the full extent of what the Skeksis plan to do and their evil and such and such. So at the start of episode 2, Agra, right, the enchantress who is technically in
the
charge.
really old, ugly bear-looking thing.
Oh my god!
I mean, this is a cool character. I'm just
Look.
saying she's not pretty.
You know, my favorite part about her are the horns, the ram
Yeah,
horns.
yeah,
at
she's
the
got
end.
ram
I
horns and
love
she's like
it.
missing an eye.
Yeah.
And the nose is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So Agra, the enchantress, basically, who controls, or helps maintain the order and beauty of the world of Thra, and is keeper of the crystal, who has been asleep
Thra.
for generally 1,000 years, give or
Yeah,
take,
1,000 tried.
literally.
senses that something is wrong in the land of Thra and wakes up. And lo and behold, the Skeksis are to blame for this. And she discovers that the crystal is corrupt. And meanwhile, side story, Deet, who is played by none other than
Natalie Emmanuel.
Oh,
Natalie
yeah.
Emmanuel.
That's right.
Also
In
known
a
as Me Sunday.
Missandei.
Missandei plays Deet, who has come onto the surface now, so she has to wear her blindfold or her stunner shades in the form of a scarf.
They are stunner shades because they're like holes. Yeah.
Stunner!
Her bird box.
Yeah.
Bird box.
So she has
handkerchief.
emerged to the surface and she makes a friend who is a podling. But at the same time, she crosses paths with Rian and discovers his part in all of this. And Rian, in the meantime, has escaped the castle. His friend gets captured. But he is able to escape with the vial that holds the remaining essence of his lover.
Dead lover. It's like her ashes.
Yeah. What was her name? Mira.
Mira.
There we go.
Alicia
Yeah, like Mira
Vikander.
Reed.
Yeah.
Okay, so then nobody is willing to dream fast with Rian because the Skeksis have
Skeksis.
convinced everyone that he is sick, and somehow the sickness will spread throughout the land if the Gelflings dream fast with him, and therefore no one believes him, and so is the start of McCarthyism. And then
That's great.
and then, just to quickly recap episode 3, Rian literally, like Sansa and Theon's, off of the wall of the castle into the water, lands and runs away. He tries to convince the Almagra? How do you pronounce it?
Well, no, he never meets
The Agra.
They're-
The Agra of
Yeah.
his
His clan.
subsidiary.
Yeah.
And they don't believe him. And his
Also
father
known
is
as Lena
there.
Headey.
That's Lena Headey?
That's Cersei,
That's
yeah.
right.
Agra,
yeah.
no way.
Yeah, and his father is there, and he doesn't believe him as well. They all think that he is incredibly sick. And let's see, what else happens? La 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 la.
The Daenerys lookalike
Oh,
goes off
yeah.
on a little
Brea.
adventure.
Brea.
Brea.
Yeah.
Brea goes off on her little adventure, and she is trying to discover this hidden message of a symbol that she's seeing in her dreams. And she goes to a seer to try to get some answers, but, mishaps occur, and then she gets punished for her actions. She has to do some lowly labor with a little jangly hat, which is very cute.
Puddlings.
Cleaning some
And,
podling feet.
Puddlings.
Yeah, but she's trying to uncover the truth, and I think she unlocks a chamber, right, using
Yeah.
one of the trademark moths of her particular tribe.
Yes.
So she's going to discover some secrets.
Some secrets.
Uncovered.
Wabbit.
And one line of information that was dropped, which I found very shocking and helpful and chill-inducing, was that when Agra, the seer, looks into the dark crystal, she sees a vision of herself speaking with the knowledge of what's that face, Earl?
I was just stretching
Speaking
my
with
eyes
like
out,
the,
man.
You all right, Earl?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. With the knowledge of somebody who has been in this world versus Agra who has been asleep for 1,000 years. And the Agra within the crystal basically tells her that when the Skeksis drink the essence containing the Gelfling life force, the Gelfling can't return to Thra.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really sad because essentially they don't have an afterlife or they can't rejoin the balance
Of the
things.
world.
So
of
Yeah.
Rion's
Thra.
love is gone for sure.
Well, there's a
He
bit
still
of
has
her
the
left.
essence
her
left,
left,
yeah.
Yeah.
That part
Anyway.
was like, I was trying to decide, I'm like, is this part really moving? Or is this just like lazy storytelling? What? Where like a copy of herself tells her inside the crystal, all right, you're
Oh, right,
confused,
right.
but let me fill you in on what's happened the past 1,000 years. Because I feel like the writers were like, how is she going to find out? We'll just have her old self stuck in the crystal telling
Right.
what happened. You know, it was still kind of cool though. It was like, she kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
you know? She slept on everyone, literally.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think like using herself to tell herself through the
Yeah.
crystal is at
I
least
guess.
more
It's
believable
better than someone else
the
telling her.
crystal
Right.
telling
Yeah,
her
or the
herself. Then it'd be
Skeksis
like,
telling her.
I mean,
when
at the same
fuck
time,
did
like,
the crystal learn to
talk.
speak.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's
I would have rather that happened than we had like a prolonged scene of it, like
Yeah,
her
yeah,
finding
right.
it,
I
her
suppose
finding
so.
that out over like 3 episodes.
Yeah,
would've
that's
been
Right.
true. When
damn,
someone could
really?
just like
Exactly.
keep her up to date. Yeah.
So-
Like what's important
Yeah.
here in the story.
So, you guys, what did you think overall about these first 3 episodes thus far?
I know Walter had problems like with pacing in the first episode, which I kind of did too. And but I'm gonna say that episodes 2 and 3 really did pick up for me. I don't know if it's just the that we actually knew everybody this time around at this point, and so it's easier to like care and sympathize with these people, or if it's the fact that we're making headway into the mysteries of the world. Like the world building is starting to really like come out.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a combination of the two, but I super enjoyed the second and third episode.
I think when you pit the 3 main characters, Deep, Bray, and Rian, against some insurmountable odds,
Right.
you take things away from them and you give them a reason to kind of go on their own journeys.
Mm-hmm.
We start to care more about them and we become curious more about the world around them. And not to mention, you know, those fantastic Skeksis.
The Skeksis.
And their crazy way of speaking.
That's the snot Skeksis. I forgot.
Or
which-
Aquafina.
Aquafina. That's
I used
Aquafina.
to be beautiful.
Stuff like dripping off her
Yeah.
nose. So
She's called the
good.
collector,
Like
I
The
believe.
collector.
There's a collector, the scientist, the chamberlain, the
Right.
general, the emperor. I can't remember what the rest are.
think
I can't
those are-
remember.
There's like
That's
2
good.
more, I think.
Yeah.
There's like 7
Yeah.
of them. And they look like big, gigantic fucking...
Vultures.
They're like Big Bird from Sesame Street on all kinds of crack,
Oh my God.
Like,
amphetamines, and ayahuasca. Like,
They're actually like the same puppet design as Big Bird.
Oh.
why am I not surprised?
Yeah, like, I
It's
mean, like, the way it
Big
moves.
Bird's like pedophilic,
Right.
drugged up, fucking Big Brother. Like, because they look like vultures, and they.
That's
but they
exactly
kinda
what I
move-
thought, word
they
for
kinda
word.
move like Big Bird.
Yeah.
And they're like, Your Majesty.
No, but Big Bird is friendly. He's like a corn on the cob. but
Yeah,
in
he's like
bird
dopey.
form.
These guys are like on fucking crystal meth, fucking dark crystal.
Shout out really quick to the chat. Aaron Nabis, what's up? Gabriel Bosco, what's up as well?
yeah,
Thanks for being in the chat, guys.
Man, yeah, I don't know, man. I was trying really hard to get into it, and like the Skeksis.
Right.
I think I remember them as a kid, and it's just now as an adult, I just like, I don't know, they kind of annoy me.
I mean, they are pretty annoying.
They're all.
I mean,
yeah.
you're
Don't
not
get me wrong,
you're not
I
supposed
hate
to
puppets.
sympathize with
I
these
don't
guys.
like puppets.
But yeah, I mean, I just gotta say though, I love the set design, the costume, how the seamlessness of puppetry with practical effects versus visual effects. It's
Yeah,
Right.
it's seamless.
so seamless.
You don't know what's what.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Writing and storytelling and pacing is just bothered the crap out of me, especially in the
Really?
first episode. And it just like it seemed like they were trying to introduce everyone in that very first episode, even though it's a series. Like you could have slowly flushed them out as you go
Do you think
along.
it's just too much hopping about?
Too much hopping about and too many characters in the very first? Because even though the first is kind of like a movie, like too many characters at the same time, like for me to like really care, especially the Skeksis. Like there's trying to get you to know all 7 of them at the same time. Like the scientist, the
I still can't tell them apart.
Correct.
I honestly have trouble telling them apart.
but I could tell they're trying to make them different or unique, but like each one has a form of dressing in its own way,
Or a
trying to
voice.
give them a personality or a voice, but they're all still just equally as
But-
annoying.
Okay. Well, then let me ask you this. Like,
Yeah, but like,
so
what's the
how-
goal there? I mean, like, I don't think the goal is for you to like sympathize with these guys at all.
Correct. I'm sure there's like some sort of plot point with
Right.
all 7 Skeksis trying to like undermine each other or
Right.
have something out of it.
Let me. So, how did you feel at the pilot episode of Game of Thrones? Then?
I just asked him that
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah.
The difference between Game of Thrones, like, there's a lot of characters, but at least Game of Thrones, it's like you're meeting 2 families, and they're still families. Like
You're
all
meeting more
7
than 2 families. You meet Daenerys and her brother, who are like on the other end of the
Yeah,
world.
but you don't really get to know them. But like in the first episode, you get to meet the Lannisters and the Snow or the
Starks.
The Starks.
Yeah.
And then they're a family unit, and then you kind of get to learn about them as they interact with the family.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like 3 different Gelfings like happening at the same time, like the underground Gelfing and the kingdom, and then Rian and his father dynamic, and then you trying to get to know the
The
Skeksis.
Skeksis.
Right.
Yeah.
So all these, and then plus getting to know like the world building of the crystal, and all of a sudden, oh, it's the monster, da da da. Like now it's
Right,
corrupting.
right.
Just a lot of elements going.
I absorbed all of it. I feel like.
And I mean that's good. Like that's for you. That's
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying for
yeah.
me personally,
Yeah.
I just thought it was just too much, just too crappy, and just like I was like
Just too crappy.
Wow.
maybe as a kid I might have enjoyed it. I don't know. Like
I actually felt like this version of the script was like maybe updated for an adult audience.
could
some
be.
of
I
Those
have
are
not
rather
seen the original
disturbing.
Dark Crystal.
I
Is
haven't
it
seen
like is there like killing and stuff in there as well?
It's very dark. It's very
okay.
dark.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's, I wouldn't say like outright like killing like on screen and
There's
stuff.
not like a bug chewing off someone's eyeball.
Dude, that
There's a
made me
little bit of
almost-
that. Yeah.
okay.
I mean, but I mean, I see the pacing issue. I don't know if for me it was a problem with like having too many characters. Because I'm usually absolutely fine with it. I just think there were some moments that I was like, I don't know why they focused on it like as long as
Yeah.
they did in the first one.
I mean, even the
And-
snot
Kinda see
part,
it,
like
yeah.
I was like, okay. you
Yeah,
just
they're
kept
pushing
focusing
this
on that,
hard,
like,
right.
I could see like, oh, maybe kids will dig it because it's like, oh, it's gross, but I'm
Right.
Like,
I think it was
what's
all for the
point?
purpose of characterization. And
Yeah,
at that
I
point,
see
you don't
that.
know the characters that much, so you're like, why are they focusing on these mundane details? But for me, I saw it as character building because they're introducing you into this world that you know nothing about.
Yeah, I saw it the
And,
same way.
Yeah, I did have the advantage of having read like a really quick synopsis telling me who the 3 main characters were, so I
Right.
kind of was already looking for them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
I didn't, but I don't know. I just kind of went with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah.
hey, good for
Man,
you.
it's matter.
I
So-
just,
Apples and
I was
oranges.
just like, I don't know. Just for me, I was just like, as it seemed like just dragged on. I was like, damn.
But even
like,
now, even in the 3rd episode, you're not like, I get it now. And stuff
I
like
just
that.
got as far as the 2nd episode. To be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Like the
All
3rd
right.
episode, I was just like, oh, I just can't continue right now.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to get later.
So we'll actually continue with the rest of the series pretty soon. Next week, I don't know how far we're going for next week, but it's next week last show.
Yep.
Jeez.
No. There's that, and then the final panel at the end.
Okay, so
There's like 2 more episodes.
Yeah, we got 2 more episodes, but hopefully we'll get to the end of Dark Crystal. There are 10 episodes, if I can
I
remember
don't know
correctly.
if we will.
We'll find out.
Okay.
If not, we'll talk about it.
Speeding through it.
I know, we'll just speed through it.
There goes that.
Earl Katana says, best character in the original Dark Crystal is the Skeksis that always says, That's the
I don't think
Chamberlain.
I'll say that.
Yeah. Well,
There's one
that's
with
a
like 4
Chamberlain.
pairs of spectacles. Like, what was the point of that?
I don't
To
know.
me,
There's
was,
just-
and I just thought it was funny. The what was it? The lock snake.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're fucking
How
easy.
easy it was to like break.
take it in.
I'm like,
That-
okay.
what
He
was
like
the
he
point
put
of
that
that?
effort.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna put a lock snake on this.
Right.
It's so fucking easy to hack.
Or it could be
Well,
just
maybe
that
like a Gelfling would have
Chamberlain,
trouble opening
right?
it, or the
Or
Chamberlain.
the
but
Chamberlain's got his tricks.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the other interpretation.
You know, something I really
Yeah.
love about the world is that even the evil is innocent. Like, there's like
Really?
this weird sense
They're
of
kinda,
like
like,
play
dumb and stupid, yeah.
innocence.
Right.
happens.
It doesn't necessarily. You
It's
can
that
feel.
Big Bird Sesame Street.
It doesn't
feeling,
necessarily
guys.
come from a sense of malice. It's more like a sense of
Exactly.
survival, and like it's
Exactly.
interesting.
There's something pure about it. I don't know why.
Well, we'll find out later.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well.
on to our next segment, and for this, I would like to call Mr. Jonathan Wandag to come to the table.
Hey.
Ho, 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 ho.
Get in here, man.
Yeah. Bra, 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 bra. roots.
Yeah.
Rock on, dude.
Oh God. Calm down. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit your ass
ba, ba, ba,
down.
Ba, 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 ba.
But I just, what I was really interested in is when I heard Kaitlyn said Big Bird pedophile. And then I
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, kind of.
That's why I woke up.
Kinda?
Bird.
Wait, so you have seen some
Whoa.
of this, or the original
I
Dark
haven't seen it.
Crystal?
Talking about Big
I
Bird
heard
in
you say Big
particular.
Bird. I was looking at my phone and I heard Big Bird pedophile. Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm there.
So that's right up
It's
my
good to
alley.
know what
You
we're like
held your
keying in
hand
on
out.
right
Yeah,
now.
pedophilic big
Bird.
You held
Big
your
bird on
hand out
crack.
like this.
Peter-
Like you were
at a
carrying a
fucking
big
goth,
Yeah, what
at
is
an
she
Iron
holding?
Maiden concert.
Big bird like
Sorry.
this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
A small
Oh
bird.
shit, son.
Let's all have one conversation at a time.
Welcome.
Too much
welcome,
coffee.
welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Mr. Jonathan Wandag.
Thank you.
Is it Wandag or Wandag?
Wandag. It's like the name Wan and then dagger.
Wandag.
Oh, sounds like a
Wandag.
cowboy.
Yeah.
Wandag.
I hear Wandags
Actually,
in town.
that's how all the teachers I had in elementary school would call me. Jonathan Wandag.
Wandag. Where are you from? The middle, the
Wandag.
Midwest? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from
What'd you
Kalinga,
claim?
Philippines. Oh.
What
the
set
not
you
real-
claim?
Yes.
Where you bang? Sorry.
Hi, where you banging?
I claim
from
nowhere.
I don't know, motherfucker.
Actually, that happened to me a lot. Where
Really?
you from?
Growing
Where you
up?
bang? Yeah, me and a lot of the
What is
crew
it
in
with
this-
your generation and
Well,
asking
it's all
people
of
where
us,
they're
man.
from?
We're all
I'm
from,
from
'cause
LA.
all of us are, well, most of us from LA. That's why.
But,
Wow.
So there's
Yeah.
like territories within LA that
Absolutely
you cannot
there
interact
are.
with others. You have to say "I don't bangs" to
Yeah.
remain safe.
I can't
and
believe
alive.
how like much time isolates y'all from us. It's insane. Cause like
y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Aaron was like,
Y'all
I'm
be
from
isolated.
Sarasota.
Yeah. You guys didn't have to worry about like even getting hit up for being a tagger. Like,
Yeah.
there was
Attack-
one time-
oh, like a-
Or like what you were
yeah,
wearing.
Yeah.
Graffiti
Gotcha.
artist,
They were-
aka
graffiti
mural artist.
A muralist.
There's one time it
Gotcha.
was like, hey, y'all right? Right? And we were just walking, me and my homies were just chilling, and he'd be like, hey, you all right? I'm like, what? Y'all right? I'm like,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm all right.
I'm pretty
I'm
good.
all right. Yeah.
Wait, what was
cool,
he trying
man.
to
Y'all
say?
chilling, dude.
Y'all right?
Oh, right. Oh, tag.
Oh, y'all
Y'all
right.
No, that's not me. You know?
No, sir,
right.
I
But
do not.
please read my
Yeah.
poem.
I do rate spoken word.
Oh, really?
So John, what's up, man? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
I sit at home and play video games.
Sweet.
For the most part.
That's what I do. No, I don't.
But the reason why is because I compose for a living.
Awesome.
And the reason why I do that is so I can play video games
Nice.
full time.
So you are a composer, awesome, and do you do play video games? Because we play WoW together. We run Mythic Dungeons
Wow.
together. I know, dude. What's up, man? And so does us, him, me, and like half the crew. So, how did you get into composing?
Oh, wow. I would say that...
Lean into the mic.
I'm sorry, I'm a newbie at this. So I'd say that it started out in elementary school with the whole... actually junior high with dancing.
Okay.
And the reason why... Well, no, I'm not a dancer anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm horrible. I tried to do a windmill
He does-
recently and I hurt my...
He does interpretive
dear.
dance.
Yeah.
All right, sample.
But he tried to do a
sample.
windmill, though.
Yeah, I tried to do
Yeah.
a windmill, which is where
Like-
your legs are sweeping all
Yeah,
over
that's
the place.
not-
Yeah.
That's
And
what
I
it's
hurt myself.
called. A windmill.
Windmill.
Windmill, yeah.
Yeah.
Sample. Sample.
And the reason why I did that is because, well, and a lot of guys don't like to admit this, but a lot of us try to do things to impress either the opposite sex or just to be cool to our friends, right?
Or same sex.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
or just
judge.
actually just that.
In your case.
Yeah, and so I did that, and then it didn't really work. And I found out there's some dudes that were singing, and I was like, okay, let me try to do that instead, right? And so I tried to sing like that shy, that right on cue, right there. So that's how exactly I sang.
Yeah.
And
That panty dropping style.
Yeah.
Caution.
I actually want to
Wet
make an
floor.
album
Yeah.
like that.
Called panty droppers.
Panty drop.
Panty droppers.
Drop a panty dropper.
Yeah, that's
you go.
good.
Let's do it.
Until it drops.
And that didn't work either. So you know, it's funny. It's like I like how you said "aw." Right? But eventually, I got into hip hop and rapping, and then I started trying to do that freestyle. And long story short, I fell in love with just orchestral music and writing music just in general. I think it was because of PCN, the Filipino Cultural Night that we have at like different colleges, and they asked to create orchestral songs for some of the scenes. And from there, that's how I got into it. I just started writing music for scenes and orchestral music. And I try to follow Beethoven. I try to follow like Chopin or whatnot, try to be cool. When they're, most of the time in Filipino cultural nights, it's kind of like you sing R&B stuff.
Right.
You know, you sing Broadway pop and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I was like, nah, let's do some Lord of the Rings shit. Or something. You know.
Yeah.
And actually, the funny thing is, they thought I was writing satanic music. Like, a lot of the choir was like, "Is this like satanic?"
Is that Jonathan Wandag? Is he writing devil music?
Yeah, it's a
Devil music.
But from there, that's when I got into composing just orchestral stuff.
Nice.
Wait, so how did you move from a point of like, here's me having fun making music that could be for games, and getting paid for making music that could be for games?
I think part of it was, okay, when I started, the other thing I didn't mention was I was in a band called Invid, and I was writing rock music.
Whoa.
Shit, voices from, anyway.
Voices from the past.
Yeah, have come for you. The canon of ancients, anyway.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was, I was looking online for sound engineering classes so that I could, mix and master my own stuff, right? And what I found instead was in Berkeley School of Music, which was an online thing. Well, it's a school, but it also has online courses. Is I found MIDI orchestration for video games and TV, and I'm like, oh shit! Hey, wait a minute. Fuck this Invid shit. I'm gonna write this music for video games. And I remember thinking to myself, like, while playing games like Diablo or whatnot, I was like, God, I gotta fucking do this. And eventually, that's how I took those classes, and that's how I started getting into writing music for actual video games. But yeah.
What was your first title?
Oh, Star Drops.
Star Drops.
It's by the creator of Honey Pop.
Nice.
And oh shit.
Oh my god! A harem anime. Kawaii. Looks like Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
She looks like Chibi Moon.
If you guys have not played this, it's fucking ridiculous.
It is.
You guys should check out this game, Honey Pop.
I bought this game just to support John. No, for real.
Okay.
And then I was like, but he told me, oh, it's like a dating sim. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
I've
and
never
the
played one of those.
Oh, cool.
It looks like a
And then-
hentai.
I know.
I mean, look at the knockers on
It
that
is.
one.
And then
Oh, it is?
When,
It is.
What?
when you get to the end part, it's like,
is.
okay, I guess I'm here already.
Let's see where this goes.
The pants are off.
Okay, here's how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
You have to play Candy Crush to, like, it's basically Candy Crush, right? To impress these girls. And the end game is you're having sex with them, and in order to make them orgasm, you have to. Is that okay? Is this okay to talk about?
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
In order to
Dragon
make them
Glass
orgasms,
dildos.
you have to do match 5 so fucking fast.
You have to what? Match 5?
Match
Match
5
5
Candy
really
Crush.
fast.
I mean, I guess
as
that's
fast
how
as
it
you
is.
can, yeah.
And
Wow.
it's a ridiculous game. But here's the
Dude,
thing.
That's
It's been played by
Wow.
PewDiePie. It's been played by all the big YouTubers, and it's a huge
Right.
cult
Cult
following.
following.
Success.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, it does. It's rated well on Steam, so
Yeah.
And
I think it's spreading mistruths about how to make women
Oh,
orgasm.
I mean, you don't get a 5?
Wait,
Like
you don't connect
You don't
5?
connect 5?
I
That's why it hasn't been happening. Fuck. Okay.
I beg to differ.
I mean,
all 5.
okay. Anyways, congrats.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So
dude.
you did the music for that.
Yeah, I did the music for Honey Pop, but
Honey Pop.
Star Drop is the first thing, and the way I got it's crazy how Star Drop was my first title, but it actually brought me from that to Insomniac Games. Which, if you guys don't know Insomniac Games is the makers of Ratchet and Clank, Sunset Overdrive, Spoiderman, which, by the way, you guys were talking about remakes. I mean, that shit was made like every 5 years, right? Like,
Right.
Spider-Man.
There's been a
Spoiderman?
version of Spider-Man.
Spoiderman?
Yeah, Spider-Man was
Spoiderman.
made like 4 times, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
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 Never
But
too
yeah,
late.
and what was crazy about that was that I wasn't like that whole gig that I got for Star Drop wasn't even supposed to happen. Like I was supposed to be on a date with my ex at the time. We were like living far, and I was supposed to just go out with her. But then someone said, my dad called and said, "Hey, can you pick up your cousin from the Burbank airport?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" So we go to the Burbank airport. He's delayed for an hour, right? And so we go to Robex, and we're like, "Okay, well, we'll have to wait." At Robex, there's a panel of cards up of composers, thirsty ass composers, right?
Yeah.
They're like, and sound engineers. I'm like, look at these thirsty motherfuckers.
Right.
In the middle of that fucking panel was a space. right? And my ex at the time, she was just like, well, why don't you just put your card up?
Let's put it up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, thirsty shit, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'll do it, fine. So I put it up there, and long story short, the next day I get a call from some like
Whoa,
Ryan Coons, which
nice.
is,
So you had
Nice.
stuff up online already at the
yeah,
time.
but it was stuff I made like in school, you know. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Still, I mean,
Yeah.
you had product to hawk. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So it's fun.
Are you working on anything now that you can talk about?
Yeah, I could. I'm working on an island game, which is like, it's a survival island game where you try to create villages that can survive disasters in an island.
Oh,
And
wow.
Oh.
the cool thing about it is that I get to use Filipino music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they're basically saying like, yeah, use island music, Polynesian, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, you want some Polynesian music, motherfuckers? Let me put some Kalinga ass shit. And if you don't know what Kalinga is, that's the Dothraki of the Philippines. Man. Those are some crazy ass motherfuckers. Man.
All right. Wait,
Yeah.
what's your favorite video game soundtrack?
Oh,
Of all time.
soundtrack? Ooh.
It's a hard one.
I mean, World of Warcraft is always great, Like, we have songs that we sing
I know.
for World of Warcraft. Any of the Star Wars stuff, because it's, John Williams and folks who... what was that smile?
Oh,
Because you say
nothing.
Star Wars
Y'all say
the
Star
same
Wars.
way that Earl does.
Star
I was wondering,
Wars.
why is that?
Star Wars.
Are we supposed to say Star Wars?
It might be in-
Star
Wars.
Wars.
Star Wars.
Is it an LA thing, maybe?
Even though he said Star Wars.
They're like
Star
World,
Wars.
They're all
Star Wars.
World of Warcraft.
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 Maybe it's an LA thing.
No, it
Star
is not.
Wars.
No,
Star
it's
Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I don't
Star
know how.
Wars.
I don't know
Yeah.
why you guys say Star
I don't
Wars.
know, man. Who knows?
Wow.
Star Wars.
If you're
I know.
from LA, comment and
I know.
Yeah,
tell
please.
us, do you
Set 'em
say
straight.
Star Wars or
It's
Star
Star
Wars?
Wars, okay?
Star Wars. What's up,
Wars.
Star Wars.
Oxymoron BR? What's up, dude? Thanks for being in chat. That's cool, dude. So where can people find you online before we move on? I mean, you're gonna still be here with us, but
My website is worldofwandag.com. Wandag is, I'm sure you'll spell it out for them, but it's WANDAG.com. Oh, and there it is. That's the card that actually got me my first gig.
nice.
Designed by Eric Pineda from DreamWorks.
Wow.
And as you can see, it looks like World of Warcraft. But if you look closely, well, you can't really see it here.
Music.
There is Kalinga tapestry in the background within the thing, instead of like what you would normally see. And look at the music notes. Booyaka
right.
shot.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Nice.
Wait,
That's,
I think I have this card in my apartment. We met before, and I don't remember you.
Yeah,
but you remember
Of course
me.
she doesn't remember me.
I've seen this card before. I think you gave me your card once, like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Why
And
does
I
it
was
smell
like,
like
oh.
pork?
Yeah.
It smells like pork and vinegar.
It looks so familiar. Yeah.
Oh, you saw that, yeah.
Yes.
So Earl Katanis in the chat says not an LA thing. Okay, so that's
That's just
Yeah.
y'all.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Wars.
Star Wars.
Like he wore the
Wars.
shirt.
Also
Star
not
Wars.
Yes.
What?
but
No, it's not Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star
You're saying Star
Wars.
Wars. It's
No.
Star Wars, like Z at the end.
Wars.
Star
I know,
Wars.
but you're saying war the short?
Yeah, Star Wars.
No. No.
Well, it's not Star
Anyway.
Wars.
War.
Well, speaking of World of Warcraft, we are going to move on to our next topic, which is a retrospective on World of Warcraft. And for this special edition, now that WoW Classic has dropped and everybody's kind of being reminiscent, so we're going to call on our producer Rodney onto camera. Actually, Rodney, come on in here. Wow.
Camera?
So we're going to shift all over a little bit. Sharpedua.
Labra.
Cool. So
Am I the only one sweating my ass off in this?
I am
Yes,
sweating
it is
as well.
just you.
it's well.
It's pretty hot.
Sorry,
I guess
should
I
I
am.
not
I don't
say
know,
that?
man.
I'm sorry.
No, you can say that.
Take it off.
It's all good.
I like that
Slower.
it's
Because
bright
we're
though,
here.
and I'll tell you why. Because I'm really dark, and I don't have to
Hey,
do
dude.
this to see me.
What do you? I mean, look.
What's up, guys?
We're pretty dark.
Hey, Rodney.
So, thanks
Remove
for
your pants.
remove my pants. What?
And jacket.
All right.
Wow.
I mean, you're.
So yeah, I don't normally get on camera. I mean,
But
we
for
did for
Warcraft.
the stream. We did for the charity stream, but I thought I wanted to talk about WoW with Jonathan.
Good.
You want to look into his eyes.
Yeah.
Million into his
Talk to me
eyes.
sexy.
So anybody in the
Wandag
chat
too.
actually has any like stories or like little anecdotes about or comments about the past 15 years of WoW? Feel free to drop it in the chat. Hello, Lint324. What's up, man? Cool, Rodney. What's up? What did you want to talk about?
So,
Alliance, motherfucker.
for the Horde.
You know
man,
what we
for
did
the
yesterday? You know
Horde.
what we were doing yesterday?
Oh, let's
What
tell
were
them.
you guys doing yesterday?
There's a quest to kill 25 Horde around the world. And
Wow.
we killed. Not only did we finish the quest and kill 25 Horde, we said, you know what, let's keep doing this even more. This is fucking fun. So we killed.
So it was 5 of us. We just went around one of the current locations, Nazitar, and we were just flying around,
Oh my God.
looking for Horde.
And killing them.
So,
It was
so
amazing.
actual players.
Yeah, actual players.
Is Rodney the only Horde member in our entire Pangeekery podcast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
He's
wow.
always
Horrible. Just
the best side. The best side.
I've actually played Horde too. It's fun.
Yeah, so
So-
I played Horde as well.
I keep
I mean,
hearing
like-
whore. I
Yeah,
hear
me too.
everyone saying I played whore.
Horde.
Like Star Horde.
Killing whores. Yeah.
Star Horde.
Star Wars.
Star Horde.
Earl Katanas, anybody need a tank? I don't body pull like ever. That's just what. Okay.
Yeah, he's the worst
See,
body puller.
See, it's interesting because, like,
For the swarm.
when I
For
was
the
thinking about
swarm.
having this conversation, I knew a lot of those things would kind of come up
Yeah.
where, like, they haven't played, so they wouldn't really necessarily know,
Right.
But like, let's talk about it from like another perspective, also of like, so WoW Classic just dropped,
Right.
and like it's huge, like. There's
Yeah.
like queues of like 4,000 people just trying to get into the game, and they can't even get in.
Yeah.
So they
It's
literally
crazy.
like they're logging in and they're in a queue for like, and there's like
Broken
4,000
records.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like so many people play, and I think part of it is the nostalgia factor, right? It's been 15
Sure,
years.
absolutely.
It's like nostalgia factor. Everybody's playing like the old, basically what WoW used to be, like when it first came out.
Right.
And
You
then
got dads bringing their kids in too.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure, dude.
Well,
I'm
not only
sure,
that,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was even talking to one of my old guildmates, and they're playing, and they're like, it actually looks better because now all the technology's better.
Yeah, of
right.
course.
Like all the monitors are better, all the graphic cards are better,
Right.
so it actually looks better. So it almost feels like a new game to them.
Damn.
Right.
And then people are ringing, and then like I've even following a lot of the like streamers that play with like Ninja,
Yeah.
and like Ninja's playing it. He's instead of playing Fortnite, he's playing WoW Classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
and then so
crazy
like all of
streamers
his
playing.
guys, like,
Yeah.
he was training. And so it was funny because I was actually watching some of the streams, and he was playing Horde, right?
Yeah.
So it was Tim the Tap Man, and he was actually playing Horde, and it was so nostalgic because like. So just to kind of fill you guys in, there's two factions, right?
Horde
there's
and
the
the
Alliance,
Alliance.
Horde and the Alliance.
Yeah.
I
That's
played.
like the Lannisters.
Yeah.
That's
So
like
there's
the
Hordes,
Lannisters versus the
gotcha.
Starks.
Yeah.
It's basically.
So
like
I played Horde. I was playing from very beginning. I got into WoW basically because I knew a guy that worked at Blizzard. He got me into the Family and Friends beta. So it was like the very, very beginnings of like the game. It was like not even out. It was like some of the things weren't even in the game. The Horde wasn't actually even in the game yet when I joined, and then they added
Wow.
it in.
That just
Yeah.
shows you something, by the way.
their priorities, right? Their priority. They did the Alliance first.
They wanted the
and then
Alliance because they're
they-
better. So okay, keep going.
So then I started playing Horde, and then one of the things that was like really, I don't know, I'm going to ask you guys this too. It's like one of the things that was really nostalgic, like watching some of these videos, was whenever because it's two factions, right? And you'd have these things called, you'd have a global chat, and then it would give you these like warnings, like Crossroads is under attack.
It's under attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like your territory is under attack.
You're about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So basically, it was like the Alliance was attacking one of our towns, and then so of course that would just, and then
And it's
everybody would
always,
just
it's
like
usually zone wide, so everybody
Yeah.
would like descend on that. point,
everybody
right?
would just descend on that, and everybody like, oh my god, we're under attack. And so I don't know about you guys, but I remember literally as soon as I would see one of those global messages,
Yeah.
I would just totally hop on a group or whatever and like fucking go over there.
Yeah, get the fuck
and
over
and
there,
like
yeah.
I met so many people because of that, because there were the same people always showing up.
Right.
They're the
Battle,
same people that were always showing up.
Well,
and I was like, yeah.
It was much smaller population then because servers mattered.
Yeah.
Like if your entire population was whoever was on that server, as opposed to like now you have battle groups, which are multiple servers, realms, and stuff.
Yeah.
You're potentially playing with thousands upon thousands of people at a time. Whereas back in the day, it could be a really small server. It could be 100 people on that server. So you would be always like playing with the same people every day.
Yep.
Wow.
Community.
Yeah.
It really was.
Same
That's
whores.
the biggest thing that a lot of people loved about vanilla,
together.
which was just community. Like you couldn't be an asshole because if you were an asshole, then you'd be banned from being in groups or whatever.
dear.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, because you would have to you had to quest together.
Yeah.
Like
You couldn't
even the quest was so
solo
hard.
shit.
Yeah, you couldn't.
It was very hard to
Couldn't be
solo
Leroy
shit.
Jenkins.
Or you get famous. Like
Yeah.
So it really fostered a
You
lot
lose
of
all your
community.
DKP.
yeah.
It was one that, and then so did you guys ever participate? Because it was like, I remember it was Tarn Mill in South Shore.
Yeah.
Right, all the time. That was a hot spot.
That's my shit.
Because that was
Everyone's like,
I know.
What? The
fuck are you guys
Tarn
doing?
Mill
still-
and South Shore are two towns in the Arathi. Is Arathi Basin or no?
Highlands.
Highlands.
Arathi Highlands, I think.
Arathi Highlands.
Yeah.
Wasn't that?
No,
Where's
it was-
that? Terrace Fall Glades.
No, it's like the Highlands, so
Whatever it
yeah.
is. I gotta forget.
I'm sure
it's in
yeah.
the same. Basically, it's in the same land, but they're kind of close to each other, and they're opposite factions. So you go to crossroads every once in a while to quest, and whenever you see the another faction, it's like Republicans and Democrats. They see each other like, "Hey, fuck you!" Like if they wear their politics on a hat. Which
Right.
one of them does. So imagine if Democrats did that too. That's the same exact thing. It's like, I hate you. Bah, 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 bah.
What you bang?
What you bang?
it's-
What you
it's-
bang?
What you bang?
Seriously,
sucker?
it was so
All right.
I bring that up because it was literally like one of the videos that Tim the Tapman showed. It was like he basically, and he's a streamer, right?
Right.
So what he was doing was he was literally on his stream going like, "Hey, come
Come help us.
So the whole
Come to
server
Tarn
would show up, and then just like, dude, it was just like these back and forth battles.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
It was literally back and forth battles from like Tarn Mill and South Shore.
And that
So
would,
those-
here's how crazy this shit was. Number one, there was no point to it. Meaning,
like you didn't back, especially in vanilla. You didn't get. You didn't
This
get
wasn't
any
panty dropping
points
There's
to
no
it.
prize.
Yeah.
or anything.
You don't
was
get
for-
a check.
It was all
That's
for
pride.
the rules. Yeah, yeah.
It's like pride.
you
yeah.
just wanted to kick the other guy's ass.
Yeah, that's
Like,
all it
Someone
was
you
back in
don't
the day.
know, whom you've never met, and
Yeah,
probably
just
will never
for
meet.
bragging
Yeah.
rights.
Yeah.
And it would last for hours.
Hours.
Dude. Like, 4 to 5
Hours, dude.
And you're like, dude, I gotta study. This is back in the day. I was like, oh, I gotta
And
study.
then people would
no,
like
I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
people would like emote spit on your body, and then or like
Because you couldn't,
yeah.
as from a Horde and Alliance,
You can't
they can't communicate.
like via
We
chat.
can't talk to
You
each other.
can't really chat.
So you all have to emote to like get your
Wow.
point
What do you mean
across.
emote? Like
Do
send
behavioral
emojis? Oh.
actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
spit on your body.
Yeah,
yeah.
I shit on your
Yeah.
Play a
face.
violin,
Or you can't-
shit on a
they're like
bottle.
Play a
built-in-
violin is
Yeah.
an affront.
Like plays a little violin.
Wow.
For you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
there's some
gotcha.
other stuff like or like lies down, falls asleep waiting for you, or like cries.
Cries on your
So
shoulder.
passive
yeah.
aggressive.
So obviously, you guys still play. I stopped probably 5 years ago, like
you are
around
back.
AQ, right, or after Nax
Yeah.
is when I
After
stopped.
Nax, that's
Why
like
did you
10
stop?
years ago.
Yeah.
Why did you stop?
So
Tired of being a whore?
So I yeah, I was tired of being a
Addiction, dude.
addiction.
Yeah.
Literally addiction.
So this is funny because I played 10 years ago, but I only got up to level 20 when everybody told me it was going to be like this fantastic shit. As soon as you get to level 20, it's going to be like the world
Somebody
comes true.
fucking lied to
Lied
you.
to you.
Still
Somebody
Yeah.
lied the
I
shit
got
to
to
you.
level
Yeah.
20. I went to every town, collected the bits. I soloed
Bits.
that shit. Like you have to collect stuff, and then
Yeah.
I did the thing, and I'm like, wow, this I don't get it.
Yeah.
The
You
grind
know?
wasn't good for you.
The
Yeah,
grind
yeah.
wasn't good for me, and I think like the reason why is because I didn't get to find community.
Yeah,
the same
that's
way
the
that
biggest
other
thing.
people
That's the reason why.
did.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know how to find other people. I was
Yeah.
literally just wandering around, going like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna finish this quest now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Rather
you
than
know?
like, hey, I need help
Exploring.
with this
Right.
boss.
That's
Can
kinda
someone
how you-
help? And like,
Or if you had
So-
I
IRL
didn't know you
friends
could
to
do
like.
that.
yeah, see, actually, a lot of people didn't.
See,
Yeah.
I got more into like Gaia actually, which was kind of like a, kitty girly spin-off of WoW.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say
the one where
girly,
it's like,
but it was
it's
just
just like different parts of the earth and it looks really pretty.
Gaia was more of like, I don't know, like a MySpace Neopets type situation that had like more of a, it had an MMO built into it. There was an MMO
Neopets.
built into it, which I played, and some of the mechanics were quite similar. I mean, it's the RPG aspect, and you can
Questing.
like,
It's MMO.
you play powers in the same way, you know, you keyboard it, all that kind of jazz. So
Did you find like more of a sense of community there?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and you. Yeah.
You also
It
had
just
real
made sense.
friends in the real
Well,
world.
the thing is about like WoW is that like a lot of us did come in with like IRL friends, like in real life
That's
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know,
I like how on a geek podcast you're like geek shaming.
Yeah.
IRL. Look, I dated a guy once who used to play this, and yes, I would sit by him and watch for hours, and
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
dude.
"What the fuck am I watching?" He was not a good dude. Just FYI, yeah.
Yeah.
In chat,
Many hours were
in
spent
real
watching
life
WoW.
or-
Yeah.
in chat, Long Dong Don says, Long Dong Don.
Long schlong wong.
Hey, dude, I'm glad you got that.
Yo, what's
SN.
your thoughts on the Game of Thrones ending? We didn't like it. Earl Katanes. So I know you guys did an episode on milking nostalgia dry. Do you believe classic WoW falls into the same category?
Okay, so for prefacing that question, can I ask you guys what
Yeah.
exactly has changed to make WoW the present WoW that it is, and how different is classic from what it is now?
These guys could probably answer that better because I quit before they made a lot of changes. Like they made a lot of changes where, from what I understand, they made it easier for you to level. So the grind was
Yeah,
going away.
absolutely.
So they
Way
tried to make it
easier.
more for the casual player.
Okay.
So people can just
So
come
me.
in, play for a little bit. We're like, I'm okay. This is no exaggeration. I would wake up at the height of like my addiction. I would wake
6 in the
up
morning.
at like 10 o'clock, probably, play till about 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sorry,
4
you
o'clock
wake up
in the
at
morning?
10 a.m. and then play till
Yeah.
4 a.m.?
Yeah, until about
Did you
4 a.m.
eat? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, what do you? I was literally, and it was like
Okay,
in
me
that
too.
in that time frame, it was questing, it was PvP, which is player versus player. They had things called battlegrounds where you could actually log in. It's basically like a dedicated area where you would
Player versus player.
player versus player instead, and then we would. I was in charge of a guild. And so we would raid, and at that time, when you say raid, it's like 40-man raids where you
40
would,
people getting together.
40 people getting together. So imagine trying to coordinate 40 people
All over the world.
all over the world,
Right.
literally all over the world. I had a guy that played in Switzerland.
Yeah.
He would wake up, and we had a guy Taiwan that would
Nice.
wake. They would both wake up just to raid with us,
Wow.
and then
That's
there's
dedication.
40 dungeons that would basically you need 40 people to kill these
Bosses. Yeah,
these
you can't
bosses.
solo a boss.
There's
Yeah,
no
there's
way,
no way.
right? So you have to clear the dungeon, kill all the bosses, all that stuff. So it was just like this constant stuff, and I was just always playing, and it was literally like every
It's never ending.
every day. I was
18, you were
that was
spending
How many-
18 hours
that was
a day.
like
Yeah, that's
that was
crazy.
like, and then there was sometimes, but then sometimes it was just literally being logged in. And back then it was like Vent, right? Ventrilo.
Yeah, you're talking to other people.
And
yeah.
just talking with people.
It's like a
And
chat.
yeah,
It's like
it
a
was
chat
literally
room.
chat room.
It's like
It
early
was like a
Facebook.
chat room. And we were literally, and then I remember we would joke around and we'd say like, man, this is basically just like one very big graphical chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would literally be logged into our characters. Our characters wouldn't even be doing anything. We're like just
jumping
in
around,
the area,
dancing.
like standing on top of the mailbox.
Right.
Fishing,
And,
or is it in
yeah.
Arnold's case fishing? Because that's all he did in the fucking
And then
game.
just talking about like life, talking about
Yeah.
all
A lot of
this
people
stuff.
do that, especially on
Did you
Ventrilo.
guys know
Yeah.
anyone or you yourselves end up like meeting people in real life or dating
I know a
someone
lot
in
of
real
people
life?
Yeah.
met their like
Yeah.
significant others
On Maple Story,
WoW,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maple Story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of marriages.
Do you
that happen in
have
WoW.
any specific stories
of marriages? No, I don't know anyone.
I don't know about
I just-
marriages, but
Or hookups?
a couple hookups. Like
Personally?
not personally.
I'll show you wow.
He's got groupies.
Like this is also very nerdy. The people I play D&D with, they've met a lot of the people that they played in their guild. I mean, that's how a lot of it happens.
Yeah.
You get up in the guild with people, and then sometimes they do guild meetups, like in real life, or people just become
IRL.
friends. Yeah, IRL. Or people just become friends over Ventrilo. I mean, I've had some crazy deep
Yes,
conversations
tell us about
with
your
people.
stories. Earl.
Please, how?
Yes.
Crazy deep conversations, how?
Like,
Yeah.
because
How
if you
deep?
think about
How deep?
like
How
who
deep did you-
your stereotypical, what the image of a person that plays WoW in your head, right? You think about that, and it's never the case. Yeah. right. Yeah, it's never. Not everybody that plays WoW like looks like us.
We
I mean,
had no, we had. I'll give you an example. We had. So our guild was one of the best on the server, right?
Right.
We basically was all the people that played in beta. So we had like a huge sort of like So, but we had some meetups. We had some in real life meetups where like we would. A lot of people from San Francisco, Seattle, all this stuff, and then a lot of these people we'd meet, and it was literally that. It was like, yo, I would never ever have guessed you played WoW. Like
Yeah.
they were actually like they looked normal,
Just normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we thought.
like,
Exactly.
yeah, they looked normal. They looked like some of the
All
girls.
walks of life, yeah.
Some of the girls were like really attractive.
Who was the best looking one?
like, wait, aren't they supposed?
I-
Ronda Rousey
No.
plays WoW. There's a lot of people who
Ronda
like
Rousey.
celebrity.
That's why she's in the
Rousey.
the
Yeah, that's
commercial.
why she's
right
in
in the commercials.
She's in
Mr.
the
T was
commercials.
playing WoW.
Mr.
Elijah Wood.
Oh, yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood.
Doesn't The Rock play WoW?
Probably
right?
plays WoW.
Yeah.
What's
Who
it?
was
Everyone
Dominic
plays WoW.
Who was the
Toretto,
best
what's his
looking
name?
one when you did the guild?
There was a couple.
Earl by Lone plays WoW too. Sorry.
Yeah. So there was one girl that she I don't want to say her name because
break
she
your
probably.
Look up
No.
Let's
I'll
look up the Facebook
I'll answer
profile.
two questions. Earlier you asked about like real life stuff.
Yeah.
Well, because of our guild, like for whatever reason, because we were one of the premier guilds, there were all these people that like wanted to actually like you literally had to apply.
They had
To be
audition or whatever.
Yeah, you had to apply for the
Absolutely.
guild.
That still happens.
Yeah.
It still happens, right? You had to apply. You had to do this whole process,
What's
What's on the
interview?
application?
and then
You go through a trial period, and then like people look at your IO scores, like how well you've done in past raids.
Oh,
things
like
Yeah,
your
a
Yeah.
whole community that has
and like
developed this.
they ask
Baseball
people like
stats.
references and stuff. Like, do they
Wow.
know this person?
Oh
do
my
you know this
God.
person? Like, like have you raided with this person? Are they a good person? Like, do they rage?
Dude,
do
this
they
is like a job
Yeah,
Right.
it's
It's like
seriously-
Walking Dead's like three
Yeah.
questions.
and it was crazy.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
it was interesting because of that, there was all these people all wanted to be in our guild, and then there was this. It turned. I found out years later, and I kind of knew because it was just she was such a drama whore.
Right.
That there was this one priest in our guild that basically everybody wanted to be with
In real
mean,
life.
he
Oh,
would-
it's a female.
in real life.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Priest.
saw her
Priest
and they're
is-
like,
Dude,
oh,
that's how it is,
She played
man.
a priest. She played a priest.
Right.
And
I
then
hate
so,
that when that happens.
So like everybody wanted to
Everyone wants a piece of that priest.
everybody wanted to be with her. And I was finding out like all this stuff like later on, and it was just like it was so infuriating because I was the guild leader, and I was just like, yo, this is like
And I just broke up with her.
bullshit
broke up with
drama, and it was like happening, and I was just like, oh man, this is just too much. But then,
Drama
yeah.
because they all wanted her. Drama because she would like, she knew it and kind of.
she totally knew it.
knew
And she
She
just totally.
totally knew it.
Well,
she
that's the
would play
thing
the
too, dude, man.
Manipulated-
Like,
she manipulated people. She was just like,
Hey, why not?
She manipulated the guys
right?
and all that stuff. And
I would
just
do
like,
that.
Oh,
yeah.
I seen a video like them
If you were
talking
an
about,
attractive priest, and everybody had the hot spot.
and they're like, "Oh, I'm
I'd be like,
I'm
"Give me
missing
gold,
coins."
Yeah.
So she would like extort stuff from guys
Dude,
to
girls
impress
would
her.
get gifts in the
Dude.
game, like no,
Right.
no, like nothing, dude.
so
Wow.
like because right, okay, like I mean, you can play whichever sex you want, right, and get whatever gender. But like I play both female and male characters, and whenever, like especially back in the day, because I was on an RP server. RP stands for role playing, or so
I thought you were
the
Republic of the Philippines.
okay.
so the emphasis in those servers is to role play, and we have free gifts on whenever I was on my my female tunes, just free bags,
Oh,
or
'cause
free
they assumed you
gold.
were a woman.
Exactly.
So
Even
they wouldn't
now.
even like try to test and listen to your voice and talk to you.
Well,
Well,
because
no,
because there's no voice.
There's
back
no
then.
voice back then.
Well,
Well, I
even
mean
now,
there
like-
was, but like
Yeah, there's no like you only have voice if you like join a Discord or whatever, or like a Skype or whatever. Even now, I have a character named Alita who's a rogue, and I would get whispers like, "Hey,
what's up?"
Oh, hey, oh damn,
That's her.
look at them black eyes. Woo!
You got that.
Even her wild
She's got that smoky eye effect.
That Toronto like.
Way to go for playing a rogue.
Oh, I know, I am a rogue. I actually want to do that reading. I want to read all of you and tell you exactly what kind of characters.
I want to know.
So yeah, I would get like offers of like, hey, so what's it called? You want some gold? Do you want to quest with me?
Or you want to RP a little later?
Like no, but for real, you're a girl, right? And I was just like, you know what?
For
I'm gonna
real.
get some gold.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
So you played it up.
Being a whore.
I barely talked. I just yes, no, yeah, sure, you know, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Here's
But
a
they would
picture
give
of
me
me, and then just like down.
So like catfish. You tell like catfish
Send
people.
Kaitlyn's photo.
Yeah, I know.
gold. There you go. Oh no, I'll send you that video. I'm a filthy casual.
Filthy.
There have been times though when, especially with my old guild, like we would sign in, we would be raiding, and then I would
that.
usually not pop on Ventrilo or
Why is
TeamSpeak. I
your
was like,
crotch
I don't want to
glowing,
know.
Earl?
That's just the belt.
Fire.
But I logged on one time and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll jump on TeamSpeak today.
Jump on what?
TeamSpeak.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
It's like the chat program, the voice chat program. And then they would say, oh, Eleanor's coming on because they would see my name. And I would be like, hey, what's up, guys? You're like, what?
You sound like your balls are like super huge too. That's the messed up thing. You're not just like, hey, what's up, guys? It's like,
Hey, what's up, guys?
it sounds like
Oh my God.
he walks on his balls all the time. Like he glides.
Drags.
Yeah, his legs are out like this, and he's just like stuff.
It's like in his sock. It's like tube socks. It's like those are giant ankles. No, it's my balls.
Yeah, those is my balls.
Those
my
are my
balls. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Well,
Long Dong.
that's why it's glowing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
My
the
balls.
process is
My
going.
balls.
Long John Schlong. What?
Yeah.
There's Rodney. There's Rod. That's
Oh, that was your. Is that your?
Rodimus.
Yeah, that's my warlock. I played
you're a
a
warlock,
a warlock and undead warlock.
But you're playing a death knight with us, correct?
Yes. So
have
part
to
of
submit this motherfucker.
part of the charity stream, we said that I would switch to Alliance if we hit a certain goal, and so I did it.
Right.
Because these motherfuckers been like hounding me to play with them. so yeah,
man.
You'll
yeah.
see the difference, and that's.
But you know that was also too. It's like it was funny because like when I put that down as a incentive, you guys knew how big of a deal it was.
Yeah,
But
he
everybody
hates
else
it.
was like, yeah, because it really is. It really is like Horde versus Alliance. You're like, you really ingrained it. Like when
Yeah.
you picked your side, that was like it. It was
Yeah.
just like literally, not to the point where like you're like fighting each other in real life or anything like that, but it was just literally like you're like, yeah, I'm a Horde. And
Yeah.
the
You're a
Alliance.
Horde.
I'm a whore.
You're definitely a whore.
Rodney, you gotta.
But what I
He said whore that time, dude.
You definitely said whore that time. Yeah, you're not saying.
One of the things
Welcome.
about it, though, Ronnie, and this is what I was saying, was that like it doesn't matter anymore in terms of the factions, because I was like, dude, we just play Alliance because that's where we're at right now. So that's the fun part about it.
Yeah.
And to kind of answer
Well, that's good too because
that Earl question.
Yeah,
Oh, good. Yeah.
yeah, but that's part of the reason why too. I was like, well, if we're just gonna do that, it's just for the fun.
Yep.
It's the community.
Yeah.
It's not rating per se. So like the addiction factor is probably it probably won't come back.
It's much faster.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
The big difference between classic WoW, I've played both. I played
Right.
vanilla and I played now retail. The big difference is that in classic WoW, it involves a huge grind to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Whereas in retail WoW, you don't have to grind that much and you can get that far. But the end game, when you're finally all together playing the hardest shit, is much harder. It's ridiculous.
It's super hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder than
How
like,
hard?
It's like
Very hard.
Big bird hard.
Yeah.
It's
Whoa, whoa.
fucking
Like
like
Earl's balls.
the type of balls that walk for you. It's really hard.
It's like a fucking
Sorry, Earl.
netball.
We had to go in the direction.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Balls
Wow.
I'm really
down.
looking forward to it.
WoW,
Testicular locomotion.
Wow.
WoW classic mechanics for bosses are like one or two mechanics, meaning like you have
Yeah.
to dodge something and maybe get out of something, right?
Don't stand in fire.
Yeah, don't stand in this shit. Yeah.
Where you're like, what is this?
Wait, what?
But new
sounds
WoW
like an
is
etching.
like
Yeah.
fucking a dance. It's like all over
It's
the place.
crazy,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's like they started doing that a little bit with Nax.
Yeah.
'Cause I know a lot of-
They did.
And
Yeah.
the reason why is
Yeah.
because of social...
People were getting bored,
well,
essentially,
not just that,
too.
but also like all the information's
Technology,
out there.
and
so
yeah,
everyone's
people, like,
strategies are
writing,
out there, and so they had to make it
tweets.
really hard. Whereas before you had like a 56K modem.
Right. Long Dong Don says
Schlong.
Walter looks like his high school bully.
He goes to
I'm going to high school tomorrow.
Oh,
And that's,
man.
you know, if he was a WoW character, he'd definitely be a warrior.
I could see, yeah, definitely
Not
warrior.
Paladin?
No.
No,
Paladin is like
I'd see Warrior.
righteous and shit. You know,
Vindicators.
You're for sure a rogue. For sure a rogue.
Here's the reason why, because this person, like the way she
This person.
This
Yeah,
person.
she's very sophisticated. Like, hi, I'm Jen, right?
Yes.
Like this, but that's that noble shit. Is just the front.
A veneer.
I see Jen as a blood elf or void elf.
Yeah,
Blood elf void elf.
Oh,
Sorry, Jen.
that's a good read.
I've seen you play
That's a
like
good
games. You're like,
read.
I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, right? And so I can see you donning your daggers and crit strike.
Yeah.
Sappy.
I play Rogue in D&D.
I think Kaitlyn would be a mage.
I knew it.
Yeah, she would.
I could
I
see
mean, not
that.
just because she did the Dungeons and
I was a
Dragons.
mage.
Yeah. No,
I'm always
I
like
could
a
see-
mage, like a healer.
I think
I
she
see
would
her
be
as
a
a
mage.
disc priest.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Disc
I
priest.
could see that.
Discipline priest. And here's
A
the
disc
crazy.
priest.
Yeah,
Priest.
with WoW, here's the thing about a discipline
Disc priest is an awesome class, by the way.
Yeah, dude, it's dope. And here's the reason why, because so your like artwork, whatever you do, your writing, whatnot. I think people look at it and be like, oh shit, it uplifts me, right? Like your stuff is dope.
One would
And-
hope.
Right? What?
Nothing.
One
Go
would
on.
hope.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Go on.
What discipline
Some
priests
people
do
are.
is they have to hurt people to uplift people.
Yeah.
To heal
What?
people.
So,
they're
right.
fucking spite, penance,
yeah,
shadow pain,
yeah.
and everyone else around them. They're like,
Holy light, holy shot.
Whoa.
So what
That's
you do
pretty
as
cool.
a
Sounds
disc
about
priest is like you put buffs on like your allied characters, and the more you hurt an enemy, the faster it heals them.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
It's a
Yeah,
cool
it's an
little-
interesting.
That's cool.
ma-
But
Why would you want to
mechanic.
hurt someone if your intention is to heal them?
Well, I mean, if
No,
they're an
you heal
enemy.
your own
But
person.
you heal your friend.
Like you're
Yeah.
killing it in your field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? You're killing your artwork.
So you essentially do both. I mean, instead of just being buff or just being attack, you can do
You're
both at
doing
the
You're doing
same
both.
time.
It's a hybrid
That's
class.
fucking
And this
killing two
motherfucker
birds.
right here is a monk, as you could see.
A monk. How many classes are there?
There's a lot.
There's a
Is-
lot.
is
I
that
mean,
the
they
panda guy?
added so many
Panda. Could be
afterwards
panda.
too. They added so many after I left too. Because
Like adding Pokemon.
Death Knights.
Well, I
Demon
was a
Hunters.
warlock. I played a
No,
warlock.
but as a real
Yeah,
person.
actually, that's
I
what I
could
was
see
thinking.
Rodney as warlock
Still
too.
magic.
Yeah.
Still, yeah, because he likes undead shit.
Pew,
and,
pew.
Like, you know, he likes that dark shit, like that My Chemical Romance shit, but you don't know it.
Earl in the chat says discipline priest is the BDSM class.
Discipline.
Yeah, I
Very
could
much.
see that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Sounds
One
about
is
right.
Dom, one is sub.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this because I was curious. What, including like classic now, what was like an experience in WoW that like you think about to this day that you did something that was like so unique that like
the loser experience I've had was I was supposed to be celebrating my birthday. Or like a sort of a birthday, a pre-birthday, like my family was having a little party or whatever. And all I did was I brought my laptop and I was grinding for a fucking reputation item. And it took the whole night.
Wow, so you weren't even there for your own birthday party.
at the party.
That's savage.
With
They're
their
like, hey, why
laptop.
don't you come out? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then, you know, we, happy birthday to you. Hey, thanks, cake. All right, peace.
Wow.
Those rep grinds
It's a
are
low
brutal.
point. Low,
Those
low
rep
moment.
grinds
Very
are
low
brutal.
point.
Yeah.
And then I thought back to that.
Yeah.
I was like, I will never do that dumb shit again, dude.
Do you have a similar story?
I can't think of one offhand. I mean, there have been several, nothing specific, but like when I've been like, I can't go out tonight. I'm running my mythic dungeon.
Oh, dude, I missed the raid for this shit.
Yeah, he missed a raid for this shit.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for missing the raid.
I have scheduled Pangeekery meetings around when we run.
You've got
mythics.
to be kidding me.
Hi. It's
Saying
Shalimar.
hi to people in the
I was
hallway.
like, yeah, I'm busy. I can't meet with you, Rodney.
This guy.
I know.
No, I
Is
totally
that why you're
understand.
always like doing something else?
And then
during
Rodney
meetings?
has to check the fucking account. I see you, Earl. Like, it's lit.
I see you. Battle.net logs in.
I see the logs.
No, it's
Gotta
seriously.
get my
it's
dailies
seriously
in before we run the mythics.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I had was a family member from the Philippines was here, and we were all supposed to, and like literally, like the first time she was here for like decades, and she was only here for like that day,
Wow.
and I did everything I could to like get there, but we were killing Anixia.
Oh, were you trying to world first?
Yeah, or like not world, but like guild first.
Okay, well, yeah, of course.
And it was
so
like
you're on progression.
we were
Yeah.
one of the very, very first dragons, and I was just like, "I'll meet you guys there later." So I showed up like really, really late because like we were running it, and I was like, "Yeah, I couldn't." At least share another. This is how crazy it was. All right, do you guys remember the world spawns?
Yeah, of course.
Like Kazakh.
Kazakh, Lethon.
So they have these
yeah.
world spawns where basically these
They're
big
rare,
bosses.
yeah,
They're really
rare mobs.
really rare, and they would only spawn in certain locations around the world
Okay.
at certain times. Like you had no idea when they were gonna spawn.
Like
Wow.
Mewtwo.
Yeah. Like me too,
And so, but the thing is, because they were in the
Yeah.
world, Alliance and Horde could get it. Right.
But whoever hit it first was tagged.
Yeah.
to
So
it. Yeah, back in the day.
So this is how crazy. I don't know if you guys did this. This is how crazy it was. Was we all created alts, which
Right.
is like basically throwaway accounts, and as a warlock, you could summon characters wherever you were at.
Right.
We would summon the characters, these little alts, to wherever the spawn was, and then I would log off. Then I would log into my level 1 character that was parked at that spawn and check to see if it was up.
Oh my
Right.
So you guys like really
So
hardcore.
and then we literally created a
network.
call list,
Right.
a call tree. We literally created a call tree where it was like, okay, and it would literally just pop up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And then we were like, yo, Kazakh is up. Let's go. And people would wake up. People would wake up,
Log
on, and then we would attack. And they're like, and then we would always be like, oh my God, because the Alliance Guild was casual. And they're like, casual's there. They know it's up. Hurry up. So we're literally
tag
on the
first.
phone
At 3 in the
calling
morning.
at 3 in the morning,
Wow.
calling people, and people would wake up.
What would you
People
get out of
Crazy.
that?
Yeah,
though?
It's like loot, like
Loots,
really good
fat
loot.
loots.
Oh.
And then, like,
armor
rare
and
items.
weapons.
Rare
super
weapons.
rare
This
items.
is called Pangeekery.
Sometimes even so those rares could be part of a quest chain to get like an artifact item.
Yeah, or like I mean, in that time, it was like certain materials to make.
The Sulfuron.
Yeah, or to make
Oh, yeah.
the to make the armor for
Right.
Rag.
You had armor
right,
for
you
Rag,
had to
right.
like fire resist.
Core hound,
Right, you had to do all that
leather,
stuff.
all that stuff.
I just want to say something real quick. I'm looking at all three of the faces, and I know she plays video games.
Yeah.
So I can see all of them like, oh, wow.
This is deep.
And then Walt's pretending going, wow.
So
I'm like,
And it was so funny.
because when you said this, well, then
Yeah.
this is why it's called Pangeekery. It's like, no, this is what's called addiction.
I have a,
Oh my God.
Totally,
Get some
dude.
Dr. Phil
way
up
back in the
here.
day, kind of just speaking to like how prevalent it was or pervasive it was in like pop culture back in the day. I was just like not even playing one time. I was in a guild called Grim Vengeance, right? Back on Tichondrius on the server. And Tichondrius did one of I think either the realm or like region first Onyxia kill. Something it was early
dragon.
on. Yeah, it's a dragon, one of the first big raid bosses. So so I wasn't part of that team, but like my guild, I was in the guild, and then randomly, like I'm not even playing WoW at the time. I have a friend that I hadn't talked to in like 5-6 years, just IM me, and he was like, "Hey man, congrats on the Onyxia kill," and I was like, "How did you even know?"
Wow. It's like congrats on like graduating grad school.
Yeah.
Congrats on the next year.
Yeah. I was like, "What the heck?"
I missed your graduation, but I'm not gonna miss
Congrats
this,
on the
buddy.
next year. Good job, bro.
I was gonna try to sell Jen on joining us, but
I actually want to join.
How do
You
you?
still have to go through the interview
you-
process.
Yellow card.
Yellow. Oh.
But what?
as a rogue, right? You'd play rogue.
I would play as rogue, but I would want. I don't know. I was thinking druid too.
Oh, druids are
Druid's good because
fun,
you can
dude.
actually be a rogue as a druid.
You could be like
yeah.
all four
A
things.
roguish, yeah.
He shape shifts into like a cat, and he's basically a rogue.
Oh.
And then you shapeshift into an owl, and then you also heal as well. Druid heals.
that's tight.
And then druid actually,
Okay.
a druid. I don't know if they changed it as much, but like
Bear.
a bear.
Yeah.
You can
Then
bear
the bear can
tank.
tank.
They could tank, heal, and DPS and
Right.
range DPS. So they have everything.
Every
Okay.
possible
I might-
like
I might-
kind of play style.
Yeah. My very
need a
best
druid.
WoW friend
We
and
need
real
a
life friend.
druid.
He plays a druid, and he's like really good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So speaking of which, did you guys make any real life friends out of WoW? I mean, you guys came in as IRL,
Yeah.
but like, did you make any real life friends that you're still friends with now
Did
to
you?
this day?
No,
outside
no.
of WoW?
I was not into that. So
Because I think the biggest fun for me,
Yeah.
the biggest fun for me was getting with like
Yeah.
a lot. The people in this crew, a lot of us play WoW together, and that's actually one of the funnest moments was last night where we were just like flying around killing horde.
Hordes.
Horde.
Star Hordes.
And like so I think
Thor
I
horde.
come at it always with like friends that are that
Yeah.
actually know, IRL friends, as Kaitlyn's ex-boyfriend would
Jesus.
say.
Oh God, kill me.
Oh,
Well, she just told
I have
us.
always like my WoW addiction has always kind of followed if I've had IRL friends playing at the time.
Man, but you guys could have had a friend in Europe or Taiwan, and
Actually, I've had that, but not with the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've you know.
I am still Facebook friends with somebody from the Netherlands who I met on Gaia.
Well, really?
There you
Yeah.
go.
No, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same thing. Like, because of my guild, I met a lot of people, and I'm real life friends with them to this
Right.
day.
Right.
So, and it's just like,
are
yeah,
they watching
it's
Pangeekery right now?
I'm
Seriously.
Sure, I'm sure they're in WoW right now.
Are they real IRL?
I'm sure they're in WoW right now. So,
yeah.
Wow.
WoW Classic, right? They're playing
Yeah,
WoW
they're playing
Classic.
WoW Classic. Yeah.
So, question: can you import your WoW character into WoW Classic, or do you have to start from scratch?
Start to zero.
Sorry,
Man.
You don't want that grind.
So then, like, are most people playing on Classic now, or do they play both if they are?
I think
a fan
both.
of each?
Both,
Both.
yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah.
it appeals to two different kinds of players. Like I'm going to be the first to say that I am not into the classic WoW
neither.
style.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
I
very grindy.
It's very grindy. I never liked the grind.
Yeah.
I was always about getting to because I'm very story driven, right?
Yeah.
And all the story happens at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
end game
at
stuff.
end game, all that stuff like what happens to the world and like when you fight like world powers, all that stuff is end game. And the grind never appealed to me. I was just like, I just got to get to the end game so I can do the actual content.
Okay, that appeals
So,
to me.
yeah.
And
that
the
sounds
thing
good.
about the end game also is that it's easy to get there in the sense that like they have boosts. I think I've told you. So boosts your character. So you can have a level 0 character that can go to 110, which is
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we're, I want to get Jen to play. We need that.
Did
Rodney.
you have any WoW experiences that you remember, like that really just stick out?
Like in game.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like the milestones, like the first time you ever get your mount for the first time,
Yeah,
and
that's the shit.
you don't
It's
have
like
to
losing
walk.
your virginity.
I know. The first time you mount.
Yeah, kind of.
First Palador.
It kind of was.
When you ding 40 and then you're like, oh yeah, I can buy a mount, but then you realize you have to make the money to get the mount, and you're like,
I mean,
oh,
money no
oh.
perfect if you're a whore.
Yeah. So
Well, as a warlock,
You
you
guys.
got it, but you had to do the quest.
the quest, right?
Yeah, I remember having to help so many people with their warlock quests to get the mount.
Yeah.
Earl Katanis in the chat says, which leads
Who
me
is
back
that
to
guy?
my question: is classic just nostalgia?
No, it's
I don't
not.
think
Answer
so.
your question.
I don't think it's nostalgia. I think a lot of people who play it are having
A great time. A lot of people
Yeah.
who, especially who love that play style, like the grindy kind of, you have to team up with people to get any kind of like meaningful progression.
It's the community.
Right. Yeah. People
Yeah.
are totally into that, and I get it. I know a lot of people that I play D&D with are super into that, and but that was never my bag. I was just not into it.
Yeah.
You get Earl. Just check
Felt
out.
casual.
Go on YouTube
Yeah, I know.
and look up Tim the Tapman. He's a Fortnite streamer. Well, he started Overwatch, but now he's also Fortnite. But he literally is just playing like WoW now, WoW Classic,
Right.
and like literally the last 3 or 4 videos of his are just fucking amazing, and it's just WoW.
Just him playing.
It's just him playing
It's just
WoW.
wow.
Right.
And it's
Wow.
like it looks so much fun. Like just watching his videos, it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah, and some of
it
it's
looks
stupid
so
shit
much
like
fun.
like you and your dumb friend are jumping in on like a pig or some shit. Like some dumb thing.
stupid.
Like the one time me and Ed, one of the Pangeekery folks, is we try to fly as high as possible.
Oh,
and
this
then-
is actually clipped on my Twitch.
Yeah, and we try to fall without dying. So we like right at the last minute we do some stupid power to like not die. Right, but of course Ed died like 3 times. And that shit made us laugh. So.
You have these flying mounts where you can go all the way up, and they're basically playing chicken with the ground. You're trying.
That's all we did for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's literally clipped on my Twitch.
I've been saying wow this entire episode. I'm just like, wow.
And by the way, if you hear them say wow, part of it is like wow, oh wow, that's cool. But
Yeah.
the other part is wow, what the fuck?
You losers.
Loser ass mother-
So anyway, I know I hate to cut this short, but we are running kind of long.
We are.
We
Long
could
dong.
long dong
schlong,
schlong. But yes, we will continue on to. We actually have a game by Rodney. This has been a
Woo,
cool
do.
conversation. Maybe
Yeah,
we can do it again.
thanks for indulging me, guys. Indulging us with the WoW nostalgia, WoW talk. But I think it's also really WoW.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal right now too. So
Yeah.
all right, so
Cool. So you have a
let
game
me get
for
set up,
us.
and you guys can just talk a little bit amongst yourself for a little bit, and let me get set up.
All right,
for the
so
game.
Rodney has a game. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be doing. I hear it's music based,
Yes.
so we're going to figure
move
that
this way.
out.
You know, it's funny. I asked my brother once years ago, "Hey, do you play WoW?" And he's like, "Hell no." I was like, "Why not?" He goes, "Because I don't want to get addicted."
Yeah.
It's true.
It can be crazy.
Now I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
People
Yeah.
like have lost relationships over WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How? Okay, so what is like? I know that League of Legends is a huge thing as well,
Right.
That's
but
an
like,
addiction, too.
do people have like crossovers with that, or are they like particular to one style versus the other?
A lot of people who are addicted to a game are addicted to that game.
Particularly,
Yeah. Like people are like EQ addicts, EverQuest addicts, or
Right.
they're League of Legends addicts, or they're Overwatch addicts.
I think WoW is an older
Yeah.
audience.
It is an older audience,
they're-
yeah.
A lot of the young kids don't like that. Like, let's grind a little bit and play with friends. It's more like let's kill some shit really quick and
Right.
Like Overwatch. It's like let's kill some shit.
Really quick. And
Can I
it's-
ask though, like, what is the one characteristic that you think attributes to it being such an addictive game, as opposed to other games?
I think it's
Why
the
do you-
reward system.
Yeah.
The reward?
Reward.
The reward.
And with the reward system being
Like the more you grind, the more loot you get, which allows you to access more.
higher shit.
and other games don't do something.
I mean,
similar?
I think games all they do, like a lot of games do, and that's why there
Yeah.
are a lot of people. There are a lot of games that people are addicted to.
Well, I think one of the
Okay.
biggest reasons why in WoW why it's so important to get loot is because nowadays there's a system that people have implemented. It's called Warcraft logs, and it shows how good you did.
How good you
in
do.
certain
Yeah.
like boss fights.
So you get rated every
Okay.
time you do something.
So when you see yourself, like if you have a parse that says 99, it means that 99% of the world, you're better than 99% of the world that has
Wow.
played that thing.
Oh, so it's an ego boost.
Yeah,
There's that too.
That's what it
Your
is.
bragging rights. I mean, like,
I've had 99 parses. Let's go.
are we good? All
We're
right, cool.
gonna start.
Yeah, so
What's
we are
this
going to
game
start our
about?
game. A lot
So,
of stuff to talk about WoW-wise. So,
Yeah, we
funny.
can talk about WoW forever.
so what's the game, Rodney? What are we
So,
doing?
in the honor of Jonathan being here,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
we're gonna
Oh,
play a
shit.
game in which I'm gonna play a song
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And then you have to guess what movie, TV,
Oh my God.
game, whatever it's from.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
But I'm horrible at that.
So
I only know how to
hopefully
write
this
it.
we the tech will work, but your name is your buzzer.
Got
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, I hate
right.
doing that.
So it's
because
every man or
I always
woman
forget my
for
name.
her
Everybody,
and herself.
every person for themselves.
Okay, gotcha.
What if
All
I
right.
don't know and I say Earl so that he has to answer that?
That is a good
That's
strategy.
smart, yeah.
That
If
is
there was a
fair.
penalty for getting it wrong.
yeah. And you, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right. First one. Ready?
Jen.
Fun-
Jen.
I forgot my name.
7.
That is correct.
Wow.
I forgot my
You
name.
forgot your own name.
Also, I was
I
checking
heard
the
gem. I
Facebook.
was like, why are you talking about gems? Yeah.
Outrageous? Like what the
All right. So Jen with one. All right. Ready?
Yeah. Rodney. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Jen. That was the
Hold
same
on.
music.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
These are all video games,
So
right?
stupid.
No, he said it could be a movie or a show.
Okay.
And
Earl. Game of Thrones.
give it
Light
a-
of 7.
That was Reigns of Castamere, right?
No, that
Light
was
of the
the
Seven.
Light of the Seven.
Yeah.
That is correct. Earl with
Potato,
one.
though.
I suck at this.
That is Light of the Seven from Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Wow.
Shit.
Okay.
I can't believe. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Earl, get that. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Earl. Never ending story.
What the shit?
Earl's correct.
Well, he just sang that damn song.
Yeah.
But that was like literally the humming
Yeah.
of the
that was-
first
Yeah,
intro.
how'd you?
There's no way. Okay.
What the hell?
Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't hear it.
It's gonna
Earl.
Oh,
Superman.
be. Yeah. That was Superman.
That is correct.
Damn it. Yeah. that one I
Can
heard
you
that.
read my mind?
Oh my god.
Hey, Earl knows music and stuff though. Bullshit.
Apparently.
Dude, we are not
I know.
equipped for this raid.
Yeah, there you go. You need more gear.
Shit.
Not equipped. Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
So Earl with two.
No,
Jen
Earl with
one.
three.
3, I'm pretty sure.
3?
Yeah.
Okay,
You just got that last one.
And Jen with 1.
Walter.
There's Jen.
That was
It's not fair. They have monosyllabic names.
Walter.
Our names are.
Wait, I couldn't hear. What do you say?
Hey,
Jesse?
how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Pangeekery podcast, a live weekly video
I
podcast.
went faster.
No.
I totally did.
Walter.
It was like
Totally did.
I said Walter.
Say Walt, say Kate, say Earl, say John, okay?
I'm gonna say Walt. I'll say Cade. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Walter then.
Pangeekery.
That is such a no-brainer. Free space.
All right, ready?
Free space. Tech bonus.
Yes. This was the time. Long ago. Isn't she?
Wait, no one's around you.
Earl. Is this the beginning of Ocarina time?
No.
Oh,
it's not.
God, what is that?
No, but it's.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep
What
going.
is that? Yeah, I know.
Walt. Final Fantasy X?
No.
No, that's not that.
Jen. Final Fantasy 8?
It's not. I don't think it's a Final Fantasy, is it?
Guys, it's gonna bug me. You
Keep
have
going,
to say
keep
that.
going.
Yeah, go keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even care about winning. I just want to know what it is. This right here. That's like what is that?
reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Walt.
You already said it.
You can't. Yeah.
I can't keep guessing.
I should not look at chat.
Don't look at chat.
Yeah.
John, don't look at chat.
I give up. I give up.
I don't know this.
Space.
Is
Define
this a video game or a movie?
Dun, dun,
The
dun.
video game. Pass.
Fuck, what is that? Dun,
No.
dun. Oh, I know. This is. I'm not gonna get points for this, but Spirited Away.
No, it's not.
Princess
Oh
Mononoke.
my God, it's a movie! I told you, it's not. Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
Stop slapping the
Sorry,
table.
sorry. I fucking knew it. I was like, it's a Japanese movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just give me one?
If you don't get the last one,
I don't know.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Jen.
Damn it.
Fucking.
Stranger Things. Hey.
Damn it! I just forgot my name.
Super Things. I know. I forget my name a lot.
so
Jen is 2.
Jen is 2, Earl with 3,
Yeah.
Walter 1, and
John and Kaitlyn 0.
All right.
We suck.
The musician.
John
John
and
and
Kate
Kate
plus
plus
8.
Oh my God.
What?
last one is worth 4 points.
Nice.
God.
All right.
What?
Cool.
Okay.
Shit.
Double Jeopardy.
Actually, this last one is worth 4 points.
John. Min May. To be in
Nice.
love.
Nice.
Let's go, Lakers.
It's RoboCop.
With open eyes.
I dream of falling in
That is correct.
That's Macross up in there, dude.
What is that?
Macross.
Play.
Macross.
What
Yeah.
is that?
Min
Robotech.
Mac.
Robotech?
That's Robotech. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Hold
I was
on,
like
I'll play it, I'll
Macross.
play it.
Macross is what it
You
was
have to be the
called.
age of
Oh,
30.
I call it Robotech.
It's like Techoman and Technoman.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah,
You
this
have,
is
to,
Robotech.
you have to be the age over the age of 30 to know it.
I knew that
I
shit.
dream with open eyes.
Right.
Can you believe I know that shit?
Of course you do.
No, I don't. What?
Be in love must be the sweetest feeling that a girl can
This game is ages.
Yeah, I
It's a show.
dream.
Thank you.
all. There's nowhere.
You care about like no one else.
Yeah, I think John won. John won.
Special man, a dearest man,
Come from behind victory.
to share his life with you.
Just kidding. Build the casuals. Come on.
To close and feel things that only
what do I win?
love brings.
Awesome. So yeah, you win a pair. You wear a Turtle Beach earbuds.
That doesn't work for me, by the way.
No.
I tried those.
Awesome.
I won that at the 24-hour streaming thing.
Yeah. I was like, what?
What is the joke here? So
I didn't know Kaitlyn sounded like that. What is a joke here?
what is the joke here? Earl Katanes actually did say Hayao Miyazaki for the Princess Mononoke.
Nice.
And he said, John, if you don't get this, and then Oxymoron BR says Mark McClintock, a mutual friend of ours, would have gotten that in 0.2 seconds.
Mark McClintock. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I play games with him.
Oh,
He shares the same birthday as me.
Oh, nice.
On certain game nights, when I've thrown game nights,
He has the same birthday.
had
He's
to
August,
finish his
right.
birthday to come to my birthday.
He's my former artistic director for Roomed Improv. What's up?
Oh wow!
Small world.
Yeah.
Amazing composer as well for East West players.
Yeah, that guy's all right. I'm just kidding. What's up, Mark? What's up, dude? Awesome. So that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you to Jonathan Wandag for being here. Thank you to the cast, the rest of the cast. Thank you to crew for being there always. Thank you to PwC for housing us this fine evening. And thank you to everybody in chat for being there. Thank you to Square 1986 for the bits.
Thanks,
and
Red.
to Kaitria for this. Amazing.
Yeah, we love you.
Come back next week. Hit us up on all the all the socials. We're all at Pangeekery everywhere, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, of course. And come see us next week, next Tuesday, 8 p.m. On twitch.tv/Pangeekery for the penultimate episode of this season. So, what's up? Well, Rodney, let's call it the season finale? Okay. What about our thing after that?
I think we're only going to do the season finale.
Really? Okay. So,
So we're not going to do a panel anymore?
We're going to try to do the panel for the season.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
okay. So, yeah, hit us up next week. Same time next week, 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/Pangeekery for our season finale. All right, everybody. Thank you for being with us, being here with us. And yeah, good night.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Pangeekery podcast, covering all things geek from an all-diverse perspective. Visit us online at www